when you have to interrupt the man's supper now. I mean, what we got? We got nachos and pizza going here. Comes running across the floor like, oh, I forgot.
I caught him at half bite when his pizza.
I told y'all that I would forget with everything that's going on tonight.
And I went over once and reminded me, I'll remember. I'll remember. Well, Coach, you got through the regular season. What a night for Balin. Your lone senior, your daughter. I know that's awful emotional. She played a great game. Just what are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I just talked to my team about how proud I was for my daughter to be mentioned in a long line of girls that have come before her. But, you know, Morgan Perkins, Katie Powers, Robin McMillan, Mara Nunley, Madison Bennett, Lila Sanderson, Reese Moore. I mean, you can go Zarelli, Margaret. You can go on, and now my kid's going to be one of those. And it's an honor for me. It was special to me, and I was proud of how hard she's been a great example of determination and patience and hard work paying off, and I'm just proud of her.
You know, we thought we kind of – I verified today, and think we're right. You know, is her career here 111 and 11.
112 now.
112.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. We've had. I mean, that's never happened here before.
Yeah, no.
So,
I don't think there's anybody even close to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just phenomenal what she's been able to be a part of and experience. I mean, that's a lifetime of memories for her. You know, so.
Yeah, and we preach all the time. Leave it better than you found it, and they are doing that. And I've challenged them, my underclassmen, leave it better than you found it. You know, and I'm proud of how they've handled it in this team, and I'm gonna enjoy 23-1 tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk about, okay, we kind of asked Coach Parsons the same thing. Is when you look at the season, you know, we talked last time we talked to you at the very beginning of the season. When you look at your players, has there been any surprises from a player that has or has it pretty much been what you expected each one to do? Or have you had somebody say, hey, you know what, that player kind of came along a whole lot better than I thought.
Or at least what you hoped they would do.
What you hoped they would do.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm hoping. You know, I feel really good about where we are. The biggest thing I like is it's not really an individual thing as much as our continuity.
Yeah.
Our love for the game together, our love for each other. You know, we go in tonight, and there's a play sticking out in my mind where my two freshmen, Ashlyn and Sophie, are on the right wing, and we run our little 8 set where we pick and roll baseline. Ashlyn takes 2 dribbles, hits Sophie on the roll, and we score.
Yeah.
And I'm like, golly.
Yeah.
We're going to see that a lot in the next 4 years.
And that's what we talked about. And there was a couple times you ran that it ran great, and so we just missed the shot, you know.
The time before it.
Yeah,
we ran it, we were like, we have that.
Yeah.
And we went back to it, and to see Sophie's played so well this week, just to see our freshmen grow, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? We're up, 25 in these games, and we get those girls in and we get them valuable minutes where they get some confidence and they grow, and they're like, man, I love playing here. This is fun, and they enjoy the game, and then they work hard for you because they enjoy what they're doing.
You know, we talked about when you basically took the starters out and brought in the second team, how impressed we are of them. I mean, they're actually running plays and they're running sets. A lot of other teams, they put 5 more in there, they're just running down
the circus. A lot of times.
They're just up and down the floor, you know.
Yeah, and hey, let me tell you what, I'm going to be honest. We take a lot of pride in our young kids, and they have not lost a game.
That's crazy.
Our JV ain't lost a game in 3 years. 3 years.
And we know that's a record.
Yeah, like we haven't lost a game since Balin's freshman year, and they know who we lost to, and it was right here.
Wow.
And
it was a close game, if I remember.
I mean, it was lost by 1.
Yeah, that's it. I remember that game.
Yeah,
I sure do.
It's about building that and just building these girls up as they come through here as young girls. And then you look up, and they're seniors, and they're graduating, and they're proud to be Lady Braves.
Yeah.
Makes me proud as a coach.
Well, and, they're so, the young ones, and we look back at some of these players that you talked about, with the tradition and all, and we remember when they were freshmen.
Yeah.
And so, and a lot of the times, and it's hard to even imagine this, is because those players turned out to be such great players that a lot of these freshmen, not just taking Meg out of the equation, just looking at the other freshmen, they're ahead of where those players were when they were freshmen. Yeah. So what's that going to be like when they get to be juniors and seniors?
That's that program culture building that we're trying to do, and you got to fight for that stuff every day. But I'm proud. Yeah, Meg's like a frophomore or something. You got to make up a word for that. Yeah, so, I don't know. But, yeah, no, I'm proud of them. And, it's just a little bit fun. And you think about those kids. Campbell Holly was a freshman when I got here.
Wow. Well.
And, she's in med school and stuff. I love it, and to see them to grow up. But this is special to me, and I've really enjoyed.
We told Balin that she hadn't used her COVID year yet, so she could come back and play, right?
I'd take her back. I've really enjoyed this season with her, coaching her, and it's been fun.
Hey, so talk about, obviously, now this team and these players, they've got a lot of experience when it comes to postseason play. But what's the mindset now? You've got through the regular season, you're about to start division tournament, and heading into that, how do you manage that from a coaching standpoint? Do you coach it like any other game, or is it now it's like, okay, now every game really matters?
Yeah, we're wanting to take another level, and so we've been practicing. And I've told several people we've been practicing really well, and I think we're playing well.
Yeah.
But we're going to elevate our game next week, and we've only talked about win next week,
right?
Because winning next week gives you 2 home games if you take care of business.
Absolutely,
and that's all we can control is just step by step, week by week, day by day, and we're really focused on bringing home that 5th straight division championship and over at ICC and meet our people. I know y'all plugged it on the radio. I listened to y'all the other night telling people to get down to ICC, man. We love having radio and TV.
Look, they can go to the ICC and put their radio in and listen. Yeah, that's what we try to tell you. Take the radio with you.
Or do like I do when you're relaxing at home. Turn it on, and you get to listen to Fred Michael or Blake or whoever you listen to. And it's just you get to relive the game again. It's so awesome. But come out and support these kids.
Absolutely.
In person, please.
Hey, how important, how huge, and I know the answer to this, but getting the place where you host those first 2 games, if you win the first at home playoff, how big is that to be able to play those 2 games at home?
Oh man, just y'all are in here. It's a different place in here,
right? Yeah,
and especially when we're in a game where we need these people to be loud and be proud, and they come through for us. We're so proud. Y'all talked about it the other night at Awamba. We had a wonderful crowd.
I was going to ask that. I mean, Brave Nation travels.
Yeah, and our kids do that.
Yeah,
and they felt that. And there were some moments the other night at Awamba that it might have looked easier, but it wasn't easy. It was tough. It was physical. I mean, tonight was physical. We had girls bleeding out there,
Right.
And so, it was physical, and it gives them that extra want to fight through things that are maybe tough or some adversity that you're feeling. Because Awamba hit us in the mouth the other night.
They did.
I thought our second, third quarter,
you need that. Yeah.
Our second, third quarter were unreal good.
Absolutely.
One thing about playing those 2 home games, and I think as I'm looking at this bracket and the possible matchup, it could be a tougher road this year than what it was last year. Because if you go to these other visits, there's a lot of teams with some good records in there and they're good basketball teams. So that, again, like what Michael said, being the first 2 home games are going to be big.
Yeah. Senatobia's got a good ball club.
Yeah, and that's one of them we were looking at that's a possible matchup. I think they've got, 17 wins? So, 17 and 4.
I know ain't no Choctaw West Lauderdale people be it. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I'm leaving at 3 o'clock tomorrow after practice, and I'm going to watch Choctaw Central and West Lauderdale.
So you're going to get 2 and 1.
I'm going to get 2 and 1.
You could get the first round and the third round teams right there.
I had a night off, and I couldn't help it. I'm a basketball junkie this time of year, and I love it. And I want my girls to be as prepared as anybody else.
Hey, and I know we got to go here in a minute, but I really like what we've done here with this matching up Biggersville at the end of the year. You kind of get that gap between a division game. And it's
usually a good team.
It's usually a good team, but it's not a stressful game. You know what I'm saying? But it's because Cliff's always going to bring good teams to the floor.
He is one of the best coaches in this area, and I love him to death, and I love competing against him because he's going to bring fire. His kids are going to play with fire,
right?
And they're going to get after you, and it's a great game for us right here.
Sure. Well, man, we appreciate it as always, buddy.
All right, we're going to try and hopefully do this again sometime. We come up with this deal where we can actually now, during the state playoffs, hopefully is interview you like way before the game, and we can play it. So that's our plan, is like maybe do like a pregame interview. We'll have to hook up all the equipment. We can interview